very tight championship in the overall. We have, obviously I can't really show you guys the graphics, but we do have a 3-point gap in the overall championship. DRS Swanson in the Haas on 175 points, Jack Daniels in the Mercedes on 172. DRS in third place with 140 points. I think they might be safe for third. We could have got Bill Coleman in fourth place on 99 points. There's a good battle coming off of fourth, maybe even, could even say a three-way battle, because we've got Lord Coleman and the Slot, well, Lord Coleman, DRS and the Slot separated by 20 points. If I'm laughing right now, he may not be commentating tonight, but I do have 6 more value. It's still in my ears. Let me look into the other championships. In constructors, we've got Haas on 208 points, McLaren on 291, Red Bull on 274. RB on 272 and Kix Albert on 241. I think Kix Albert might just be out of it, but I might get tasty for both overall championships. As we look into the Pro Drivers class, only 1 point in it between Jack Daniels and DRS Swanson, with Senna a little bit behind in third. There's a 33 points gap separating Senna and Swanson. However, I think again Senna might be safe for third in the Pro Driver Championship. And just quickly before we get to qualifying, we do have the Pro Am class. That was already settled last week by Central Finley in the McLaren. 41 gap after the last round of Brazil means we can not beat on. There's all the brothers from the miles already winning by 41 points is a good now. Okay, let's go straight into qualifying. Let me get my little track guide up as well, just before we do start. I mean, it's hard to get lost around a figure of 8 circuit. Oh, sorry, by the way, that was me responding to something. Oh, you caused that 6. Shut up. Somehow he's not able to commentate, but he's still able to get on my fucking. Oh, excuse me. He's still able to get on my flipping nerves. It's been a long day, alright. I was in uni. True. Yeah, true. Okay. As we arrive in the pit lane here, we have let me move my streaming overlay. Actually, no, it'll be alright. No one looking to get out on track immediately. Obviously, I haven't taken a couple minutes to get setups and any other last minute. Okay, it looks like there's an Alpine moving. This will Narvski coming out of the pit lane there. Just wow! Can I move the So let's give you a little track there before we can also get on the road. And again, this is very professional, ladies and gentlemen. On the S curves, and now it's a Dunlop curve. Obviously, into Degner 1. Also into Degner 2. Very short blast into the hairpin at turn 11. A little bit back in the way for 200 there. Around to the double apex spoon left-handed. And now onto the back straight. Obviously, very famous run here into the next corner 130 there. Able to move between London Street, I think. I can't remember which year it was, but we've really got nicely starting flying out now. We're going to move to the exterior cam. Let me get my chat up real quick, just so Oh, and he's already on the curbs after turn 1. Has he invalidated the lap? No? Still in the grass to get out of everyone else's way. Now he's invalidated the lap. Who can I follow next? Let's follow Senna. Senna's coming up to the double right-hander with Degner 1 and then Degner 2. Under the bridge as he completes the first half of this figure 8 into the airpin. Can I get this bit lap data up real quick? It doesn't. I do apologise. This list looks a bit all over the place. Obviously, there's very much limitations within the game. And to be fair, there's also limitations with the stream. You know, I don't really have any fancy graphics to show you what's going on. And as he comes up to the Casio Triangle to complete his first flying lap, what's this lap going to be for Senna? He takes the short line, it's 1:28.314 for Senna. Very solid first run. Easy. Oh, we got Project coming into second with a 29.8. The other Red Bull of Michael takes a 1:30.139. But Central Finley now setting a 29.157. Anyone else? No worries. Who can we go? We're going to follow Alan Newt, 91. Just one moment while I fix something. So I don't get anyone randomly coming in. So Al Newt goes to 9th. In the meantime, Frosty is only about 10th in that, or nearly 2/10 off of Senna with a 28.4. There's a yellow flag sector 2. Is that someone just getting out of the way, or was there been an incident? No clue, but it looks like Easy Life has invalidated their lap. Katie Reese has gone to 4th with a 28.776. Another yellow flag in sector 3. That'll be for Senna going slowly into the pit lane. Hopefully not getting anyone else's way. Who else should we follow? Let me get my chat up real quick. Hello everyone. I didn't realise, obviously, there's people So, keep like that. I don't even want that feed on that. Jax Daniels now goes to provisional pole position with a 28.214, exactly a tenth quicker than Senna 17. Laps we can look at. DRS Smug Git, he's coming down that back straight towards 130R. He's getting a little bit tough the RB, if you can consider it so, because the RB got away. Purple sector for Smug Git. I don't know if that's just one of the game flashes or if he's. But we'll find it out in a moment as he cuts the time beam. It's 29.002. This puts him 10th. Let's see. England is Marsky. Flicking down through the leaderboard. By the way, no screen light. I don't. As much as I love commentating, I don't think I'd give up my usual job of driving, at least for our other league, which I stream this channel. As we get Marsky across the line, I think he just wants to get a lap in, to safely confirm himself on the grid at 134.4. Anything else we can take a look at? Maybe I think everyone else is just finishing off their first run. Maybe King Kong, who looks to be on a flying lap. Let's go on board with that right now. We've done what? Using really curve on the middle of the diagonals. Maybe a curve on the exit of the diagonals here as well. Up to the hairpin. A little bit. It's one of those corners to hairpin. It's not easy. It's not easy to get. You've done really. It's more fun I've made it. Too fast as a driver it. Ooh, and he's wide below the curve. He keeps the lap going though. Oh, Michael spins it out of the Casio triangle perfectly into the paper. As King Kong goes to 15th, we just missed that because of Michael's spin. I'm going to need cars to watch anyway because there's stuff happening everywhere. There's a couple people out lap or trying to do the second one. Is this the end of the second run for Senna, or is this a build-up run? Well, it looks like he's either abandoned or it was a slow lap. Other people are not laps, such as Slot, Frosty, Smug up to 4th, which is noticed. What else we got? Yeah, Swanson on the outlap, Aaron Newton on the outlap, Rex Daniel on the outlap. Half the grid, probably on the outlap right now. Yeah, it's only driving without a timer now is Sainsbury. Let's check in on them. As they come up to the hairpin. Loving that little, I know it's on the little part of the concept. These are Cadillac racing balls, and as part of that real life thing, I do love the little sticker on the halo that says "Born by Enzo and raised by balls." It's out there 20 years of the team. First group, yeah, we've got 13 drivers separated by a second. That's what we wanted to see. There's a yellow flag. I believe it's when all the horses will stop to let people through. Maybe it goes up to 17. Or I've been looking at that. Yeah, there's a horse on the grass. I can't tell who that is. It's Resi Flores. As a kind of lose a bit of track as they try and cross the track the other way of the I do apologise if I butcher some names, you know. There'll probably be someone that will come with obviously more experience. Still got guys trying to get out the way of any drivers. Let's go back to the fastest lap because I think that's a better view for the timing tower right there. Jax Daniels dips into the 27s now. The first driver to go under a 127, under a 128 lap. Yeah, we've got a mixture of yellow flags across the track. I would like to see not really as fortunate again to have an option to cut to which corner something might be happening on. There's a Ferrari going slowly, was not Frost, it will be kicked on. There's a slow, I think it's Williams maybe? Where's the other Williams? He's in the garage, so it's not. It's the Slaughter. I'm ready to run out of fuel because they seem to be kind of fourth gear, but they're not really going to high speed. Plus the chicane, the track is a bit easier for them. Jax Daniels and Valdez both points. It's just half lap anyway. We've got Lord Coleman coming into 130R. Let's go to the external view. We've got a yellow flag sector 1 again. I think that's just for someone coming up the pit lane. Is this Coleman? Plus 3.8. I don't know if that's a mistake or if he's backed off that lap. Let's keep looking through the field. Most people are either in the pits or starting another run. There's 3 minutes to go in this session right now. So we're probably going to start seeing some late runs now. Possibly some late pushes for pole position. Maybe some late pushes to try and get a bit further up the field. You know, if one, let's say I'm just gonna pick a name out of a hat. You know, let's say Sainsy. You know, they managed to get the perfect lap right now in these next 3 minutes. That could change how their race goes. Feels kind of weird this week because last week I had someone to obviously bounce off, you know, to chat about the race. Obviously, I'm having to do it all by myself today. Luckily, I think it's a 50% race, so I'm not going to be yapping in your ears for too long. As Coleman is a little bit down in sector 2, and into the Casio triangle. What was it? 2009 looked a bit of a messy, and he's into the pit lane. Probably not going to have time to do another run there. As we see the 2 at the top, 3 on out laps. Senna into second with a 28.091. But we have a yellow flag in the Degner curves, which things might this be its news. I think maybe Jack Daniels. I don't know if that's just a bit of a disagreement of who wants to go first. And and as Aston Martin goes round, is it Smudgate? It is. He's driving backwards up the track. There's someone on the grass as well. I don't know if that's Jack Daniels. I think there's a bit of contact there, or if it's just a bit of a mistake. Prez retires from the session. It looks to be in the pit lane. So let's see who we can. Let's keep an eye on Ferrari Frosty as he goes 0.79. 0.07. Sorry, yeah, 0.079 up in the first sector there. Oh, no, never mind. Ignore me. The first sector line comes up now. Oh, 1,000th over in sector 1. On board with him. I might work out how to get my voice balanced over the so I'll try and do that in the gap between qualifying and the race. There's a yellow flag for sector 1 again. That's just again people trying to get out of the way. Looks like it is. Looks like it's Alpine. There's a yellow flag in the straight after the back. So let's finish the session. And the slot was just finished. We're going to follow Almy. It takes a bit of grasp and run up to Spoon. A little bit wide on the exit Spoon. Slow moving into Smudgate. Katie races up to 4th place now, Frosty up to 3rd, and Moose just decides to skip the chicane altogether. I don't know if that's just because the lap did go away or if it's just a mistake in the chicane. Jack Daniels is checking them down as they come to the line. Pulling through? No. No, they did, but they were invalid lap. Keep looking through the field. Swanson up to 3rd place. Follows is that an RB with no front wing? Who is that? It's not Sloth. That would be Sainsy, I think. Yeah, Sainsy has no front wing, so I wonder how that's happened. I was going to follow Smug, yes. Their lap's invalid, so I think that is the session over for everyone. We've got Jack Stanley on pole position with Senna in 2nd place. Second row the DRS Swanson across the racing. 3rd row Katie races and the Sloth 25. 4th row Al Newt 91 and Lord Coleman. 5th row DRS Simon and DRS Smudgate. Marvsky and Project in the 6th row. 7th row, Prezi Prez, King Kong. 8th row, Central Finley and Bloomer. That's what I'm going for now, so I can't really tell if that's an I or just a dash at the end of the name. And the game has just gone into the results screen now. So I'll continue my grid rundown when that comes back up. Yeah, we've got Michael and Sainsy and Easy Life and 50 Gent at the back of the grid. Right, just while we have 2-3 minutes, I'm going to adjust my audio for 1 second. Let's just have a quick test on that. Oh, that sounded a bit loud. Let's have a go again. How does that sound? There we go. Let's have a test on that one. It seems to have... Give me one more, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's have a go at that. Okay, so we got... This will be the season finale now of the DRS Dynamic Racing Series. From some things, it's been a very close season. I'm just looking through some things. It's probably... What's this? Yeah, so we are waiting for the drivers on the grid. They're going to be selected, well, obviously making the minor tweaks to the setup that they were allowed under park firmware rules. Obviously making strategy calls, and obviously all important fuel. You know, you can't really do a race if you got no fuel, and you can't really finish a race if you've got no fuel left by the end. Yeah. Let's see who's in chat right now. No updates in chat since my last look. Hope everyone's having a good evening tonight. You know, it's obviously, you know, we're getting into the, well, at least here in the UK, for me, it's starting to get a bit cold in the nights, you know, obviously. You know, see, we've reached, this is the point in the stream where, right. This is kind of the point in the commentary where I will just ramble, like they do at Le Mans at midnight. Because, to be fair, there's nothing really to talk about when all I can look at is the pit lane and the very few animations of the fans in the hospitality boxes above the garages. That's definitely an Alan Partridge moment. So hopefully we're not too far away from a starting time. Okay, I did get it right with Bloomer. I'm just checking through Discord right now. Obviously I kind of rushed the starting of the stream and a couple of things I didn't really... Obviously today being... well, to be fair, the original plan was not for me to be the solo commentator today. I was supposed to have my co-commentator of Six Pompano. They had, well, best way I can put it is they were losing their voice a bit. Kind of understandable, you know. If you oh, never mind. We're moving to the grid now for the formation lap. again, with it being only my second week following this series, I don't really want to make too solid of a prediction for my race winner. Obviously, I want to say Jax Daniels because they looked quite almost like a different level compared to everyone else in qualifying. But also Senna was not far off behind them. Or do I? Then again, no. After last week was a bit of a. Obviously, last week I didn't know what to expect. This week I kind of have a bit of an idea what to expect. I'm going to say Jax Daniels for the win here. This might come back to bite me in. I can't remember how many laps we got. Let's say it's 30 something laps. This, as everyone's weaving to get the heat into the tyres as they come back towards the starting area. One last moment for the drivers to obviously get heat into the brakes and tyres, obviously make any last minute preparations. Saw a brief flash of the strategy options. I didn't really get to read it because I was trying to think of something to say about the drivers weaving. Jax Daniels leaving it quite late to move over to the grid spot. There seems to be there's a massive gap in the grid between the Sloth and Newt. I have no idea if the game simulates, tyre temperature loss when there's a massive weight between different parts of the grid. Okay, as we see the last few lining up, we've got KD Races and Project Ty. They have been disqualified. I think that's for being out of the grid spots. Don't worry about that. I think I saw 27 laps ahead of us. We're now on 5 lights. It just jumped from... Anyway, lights out and away we go. It looks to be Jax Daniels who's got the early advantage. Moves over to cover Senna. As we got a ghosted... Does it look like... Could it just be... I do apologise. Let's go 3 wide into... Oh, we got a bit of chaos in the background there. It looked like Sloth was semi-turned. Looks like they've recovered now. Side by side with Frosty up towards Dunlop. We got this move back to the front of the field. We've got to move the background between the Aston Martins. There's the strategies again. We've got medium soft, soft, or hard, medium soft. Knowing how tyres degrade in this game, it might be risky. We've got Centra Finley. Don't know what's happened to them. They've dropped to 20th place. Whether they've been the cause of the yellow flag or decking us briefly. The yellow flag, it looks like there's a Ferrari who's gone off. It's Frosty. Again, we've missed what's happened there. So much is happening, I can't keep up with it. I do apologise, everyone. As we see, Lord Coleman looks like he touched the curb a bit. Just trying to be careful not to spin out on it. Swanson has got Senna for the second, yeah. Hunting down Jax Daniels as we come up to finish the first lap of 27. Let me just get my championship standards up. I'm trying to do this whilst not missing anything. Now, in terms of the championship, this does put Jax Daniels as your provisional champion. Obviously, pending how the results goes. Bloomer in the pits. I don't know if they've got damage from first lap incidents. Finley's already back up to 17th. There's a map, and as we see the field also, well, as you can see on the mini-map in the bottom right corner there, the entire field snaking through that S and Dunlop section. As a small gap appearing between Swanton and Senna at the moment. Prezi has dropped a couple spots, down to 17th. No idea what's happened there. I do apologise for the sniffing, ladies and gentlemen. It's just come on randomly as I've been chatting. As we come up to 130, yeah. Everyone seems to still be quite close together, as the drivers will now have DRS for the first time down the start-finish straight. Will we see a move from the half area? It's a bit of a slow exit for Jack Daniels out the Casio Triangle, as DRS Swanton will now have DRS. The fastest lap is flying, well, they're flying down the grid a bit. There's no move into turn 1. As we see Frosty into the pits now. Is that going to be damage from lap 1? We'll see. We'll watch them real quick. Just wow. Yep, there's half a front wing missing. It'll be a very hard race for them now without a safety. If there's no safety car from here on out. Anyway, we've got to go back to the leading battle. We've still got Jack Daniels in the lead. As we see, Finley now passes 50 Gent for 15th. They're side by side as Gent gets back through. It looks like Gent has gone wide on the exit of Degner too, as Prez now takes 16th from them. Okay, it's a bit of a shame we missed that, as these... Let's keep looking through the field. The Aston Martins are still quite close together. Let me see. DRS Swanson back onto the rear diffuser of Jack Daniels. Let's see if the move gets made this time. About 6/10 the gap. I don't think it will. Jack Daniels sets a new fastest lap with a 1:31.840. It looks like maybe Swanson might be under attack from Senna instead of being the attacker. Looks like he's wide at the second corner. Oh, and it looks like Senna may have had a run but could not make anything of it as they come up through the S's into anti-bank corner. Let's move a bit down the field. Let's give some of these guys a bit of airtime. We've got Marsky a bit further down than what he was last week. Oh, we have a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings to KD races. That's very, very early to get a penalty. Oh, it's a bit slow off the hairpin. Scott. He's looking to make a move. As he does. There's no damage to that, Williams, so I don't know what's happened there. Probably just a mistake. No, maybe run the kit. It's quite easy to kind of get, what's the word? It's quite easy to bottom out on the curbs hit Suzuki. They're quite high curbs. I made a mistake in a league race myself not too long ago, where as we see Sloth take a very wide exit to the Casio Triangle. Swanson does not have DRS this time. Oh no, he does actually. I didn't think that he had DRS because he did have over a was over a second at one point. Let's move back towards the... As Katie races back past Alneed. Any other close battles we can keep an eye on? As the Aston Martins have swapped positions again. Smug Git is back ahead. As Coleman has been passed by Project Ty as well. I don't know if that's a mistake or if... Well, let's get tired. Let's get the tyres up real quick. Which one is it there? Both on equal tyres, so I don't know what's happening. I just noticed Michael has taken the risky strategy of starting on the soft tyre. again, with how soft tyres degrade in F1 2025, I don't know. If it works, it works. You know, I'm not going to. As I definitely think Swanson might be out of DRS range now. He might be under attack from Senna. Senna gets a good exit off the Casio triangle. DRS flap open. You'll be on the batty, I'm sure. Looks to the right and easily through. Will he get the exit to go with it? He does as well. As we see, there's another position swapping between Project Tyre and Lord Coleman. I just noticed here, obviously Senna, the only runner in the top 10 currently on the hard tyres, might go in his favour if he can, you know, maybe use the longevity of that tyre to his advantage. Obviously the risk coming with that, with the how long it runs, it doesn't have the grip of the mediums. As I think, Senna might be up for this here. He's reigning a couple tenths in sectors where, well, in a track where there's only one DRS zone. And surely Senna will make very good use of this DRS he might get from Jax Daniels right now. As we see, just before we get that moment, Michael looks to the inside of 130. Moves not happening. That's my on board with Senna to get the DRS. He doesn't have the battery to attack. The Swanson's too far back to make any advantage of this. Lord Coleman into the pit lane. What time do we go on to? I will move to that in a moment. He's moved on to the hard tyres. It's quite an early stop. Probably planning a 2-stop strategy from there. But look at Senna, he's almost half a second behind Jax Daniels right now. Probably looking to recharge his battery over this lap and maybe look for an attack into turn 1. Let's see if I can get the battery telemetry up real quick. Let's compare batteries. As Easy Life gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. They're about equal on battery, a couple percentage in it. As Senna uses a bit down the back straight, Jax Daniels does not use, or he might have used on the earlier part of the straight. As we can hear, we could hear the Honda powered, well, the Honda RB powered Red Bull behind him. Now let's go on board as let's see if he makes the move. He's got the slipstream, he's got the battery usage, but it's not close enough into turn 1. As we see DRS Smudgate now pitting. Are these medium tyres not lasting? I mean, I'm more surprised right now looking at Michael who's started on the softs there. He's not really. Let's get the positions gained on most at the moment. It's about there. Michael has gained. Well, let's look at the field. About tied for positions gained between Michael and Sainzy. Both have moved up 6. Obviously there's been a bit of misfortune for Frosty and Bloomer there. And maybe even Lord Coleman. Was he put it too early? We'll find out soon. Let's get rid of that for now. Let's keep watching this battle between the Red Bull and the Mercedes. However, there is a very still DRS Swanson on the back. There's a yellow flag. looks like it's Bloomer in the Williams. No idea what's happened there. We've moved back to lead in battle. Looks like there's going to be no move at the moment. Is this Senna playing with his food a little? He knows he's got the tyre length, well, stint length advantage, but as we see Michael pits off the soft tyres. Is this kind of play? No, like a lion playing with its prey. He knows he'll get it soon, but he just wants to give the prey a little bit of chance. Michael onto the medium tyres, just while I have a quick moment to look away. Let's keep looking through the field. Anything going on? We've got Finley and Prezi. They are quite close, going up to the hairpin. Prezi locks up those hard tyres. Still alongside it, it looks like he messes up the exit. I was going to say, if they'd have pulled the move off, I'd have been probably giving them a round of applause right now. Let's keep. We do see Bloomer back into the pits onto some new medium tyres as the leaders are coming up to lap them as well. The Senna looks at the inside for turn 1 with the DRS. He makes the move on Jax Daniels. I think the plane is finished. He wants this. Is he going to make the getaway right now? He's nearly pulled a second in the full sector here. I mean, in the 50% race, you do, if you want to get away with a lead, you've got to go early. It's not like last week where you had to kind of play the race almost. You kind of had to play the strategy. However, Jax Daniels pulled it back in the last couple of corners. Will that be difference in setup, or will that just be difference in tyre? As we come up to Spoon Corner now, there's still three of them kind of separated by about, I don't know, trying to work it out in a minute, about 1.5 seconds. It's a yellow flag again down by Degners. I don't really have time to look. I think it might have been Michael. As we see the leaders coming through the Casio Triangle, does Jax Daniels have the DRS? He does, but he's not going to be close enough to make the move. Sloth Pit out of 4th position, same for News out of 5th. Well, I'm going to take a drink for a second because I can feel my throat starting to go. Sorry about that. So you see Sloth onto the hard tyres, what does Neat also onto the hard tyres. Missed a couple pit stops because I see KD Races onto new hard tyres. Probably Ty onto some hard tyres as well. Any other stops I've missed? Nope. So now we kind of got a bit of an offset in strategy. Offset in strategy. The top 10 have gone on the tyres. They've all started on a very mixed amount of pit stop timings between the rest of the field. Some pitted early, some pitted late, or just now, as Sloth gets a 3-second time penalty. Keep looking at this lead battle. Senna has pulled more than the necessary 1 second gap for the DRS. He will be safe from attack this lap. Maybe Jax Daniels will not be safe from the attack from DRS Swanson. Out of the Casio Triangle once again as Jax Daniels pits. Does Swanson follow in? No, he does not. It looked like he did for a moment. As there's now we'll call it 10-second gap. Oh no, a sign pits. Marski moves up to 3rd. Yeah, there's about a 12-second gap between first and 3rd now. There's a bit of activity in the pit lane. There's 3 drivers in. Who's the next one to come in? Centra Finley, the provisional Pro-Am champion. Obviously, he will be confirmed champion at the end of lap 27. Let's keep going. Jack Daniels has only gone down to 6th place, which considering how far other people have fallen when they've pitted, that's pretty good. Obviously, Smudgate is the leader of the already pitted drivers as well, down in 9th place. Let's take a step away from this leading battle now to see Jack Daniels up the. Oh, is that a bit of contact on the back end of that V-carb? We just caught that, I think. Don't think there was major contact, as you see. Jack Daniels looks very signal manoeuvre, makes it look easy there. I assume that was probably just battery difference. Or could have been tyre difference, you know. As we see Swanson and King Kong now pit as well. This puts Jack Daniels back ahead. It's about 21 seconds. And we get to lead the gap up. Yeah, 22 seconds. Oh, this might. I don't know for sure the pit stop window. There's possibly an opportunity for Jack Daniels to undercut Senna here. Let's go. Let's look at the fastest laps real quick. Jack Daniels still holding it with a 1:31.84. Whether that will change to now they're on fresher tyres, we don't know. Has anyone got close to that? Closest I can see there is a 32.0 from Senna and Smudgate. Let's move back to this interval real quick. As I believe we've just passed half race distance, I think, as well. That's gone very, very quickly. As we come up to Casio again. Do we get a new fastest lap? No. Prez pit as well. Swanson has passed Sainsy, I believe, as well. Might be a move. Yep, move for 12 here, is it? From Michael. Oh, got very close. He's still sticking into it. Coleman's still holding track position there. Oh, there's contact. Michael just holds on. That was very good car control from the Red Bull driver there. I'm gonna keep looking about as we see News is already on the back of the as KD Races gets another time penalty. And again, News just flies past, almost into the back of the McLaren. Let's keep looking here. Simon KD Races are looking a bit closer as well. Right, move not going to be onto Spoon. Maybe into 130 or even the first corner. As I look back up to the top of the times there, it looks like Jack Daniels is about 21.5 seconds. Senna's staying out for the time being. Well, we're going to judge off it. Massive dive for Syme into Casio that makes contact with the Williams. Swanson sets a new fastest lap of 1:31.324. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. I don't know what's happened. Coleman is sliding down the order. Has they spun out? I have no idea what's happened there. But just see Lord Coleman's lost a couple of positions. I can only assume that there's been contact or that was a self-spin. Let's keep looking up as the battle. Jax Daniels has got DRS Swanson on the back of them again. And if you remember, I mentioned that is your overall Drivers' Championship battle. Championship battle as well? Yes, indeed. And from the looks of things, as it stands, it looks like Haas will win the Constructors' Championship as well. Obviously, this is going off the results as it stands. I'll try and do some mental math in the few moments after the race. As Senna finally pits off the hard tyres onto mediums. What's happened there? Is that a slow stop or penalty? I think either way, he's dropped down to a 4. I know Marsky's still on the same hard tyres he started with. What has happened to DRS Senna? Has he run them hard way too long? He's on the back of DRS Swanson, so he's got to do all that hard work again to regain the lead. As we see a move between Finley and Lord Coleman. Is that on to turn 1? It is. Any other close battles? Simon's now past Newt as well. Let's go back to that lead battle, or the provisional lead battle, shall I say. Obviously, Marsky's currently the leader, but still needs to pit. There's a yellow flag sector 1. It looks like it might have been Easy Life into the gravel at the anti-bank turn. They get going again. A couple seconds, obviously, lost about 10-15 seconds with that spin zone. Now, Jax Daniels has caught Marsky on track here and will probably make easy work with the DRS. However, this causes the DRS train for Senna as well. There's no move made, however. However, Senna's got past Swanson for oh, he's gone wide on the exit of the first set of corners. Into the S's, he keeps the position with them medium tyres. Might use the grip advantage in these last 11 laps. As Lord Coleman pits again, it's just not been their day today. They were looking very good in Sao Paulo last week, but it just doesn't seem to be their day today. Let's keep monitoring this battle for, well, I won't say battle for the provisional lead, but it's a literal battle for the lead now, with Marsky on these older hard tyres and the rest of the drivers behind them on newer hard or medium tyre. Now, let's see how Senna will play this now. He's going to be stuck in a bit of a DRS train. Same for Swanson. Swanson looks to the inside of 130R. Does he make the move? They're still side by side coming to the castle. Swanson's got through at 130R. What a move! There's a yellow flag at Denver, but we're just going to keep watching this lead battle for the moment. It looks like it might be Easy Life again. As we see, ooh, Jax Daniels defending to keep the lead there. Marsky's pit. There's too much for me to watch here. As we're now into 10 laps to go, Finley gets a 3-second time penalty. I can see why commentary is usually a 2-man job. This is There's too much for one person to watch. As Senna into the gravel! He's managed to keep it going, but oh, that's going to be a big recovery now to try and get that win back. As Smug Gate will now be within DRS at the next possible opportunity. So this lead in battle is now down to 2 drivers. We've got Jack Daniels and Swanson. News also gets a 3-second penalty. Again, this just goes back to what I said a couple minutes ago. This is why commentaries are usually a 2-man job. You just can't keep up with what's happening half the time. Will we see that moving to 130 again from Swanson? He's looking. Does he try to? He swapped sides. He's gone round the outside for the entry to Casio. They're side by side. There's contact. It looks like it's clean though. Jack Daniels holds position. There's a bit of rubbing on the exit of this Casio triangle. However, Swanson will have the DRS down towards turn 1. It might bring Senna back into this race. They're right over the pit lane exit. It looks like Swanson's going to have the inside line. Swanson does contact. As Katie Reese gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I'm trying again. I have no idea how Crofty and that do it in real life. This is just mental. Let's keep watching. It looks like there's a bit of bumping and barging in turn 1 there. It's not really affected both the Mercedes and the Haas too much. But it has brought Senna back to that DRS range maybe. Coleman now sets the fastest lap 1:31.126. I need a little. I feel like I need a breath. We've still got about 8 laps left. This has been an amazing race so far. I do apologise to anyone a bit further down the field if I've missed out your battle, because this has just been one great battle for the lead. Senna is now back into this battle for the lead after that little mistake a couple laps ago. It seems that the bump and barging in turn 1 last time has kind of undone his mistake. There's a bit of a, well, almost like a fake out from Swanson. Obviously nothing came of it. There's a move, never mind, there's Project Tie in the pit lane. Getting off those 10-lap-old hards onto new medium tyres. Now this leading battle, I don't know which way it's going to go. There's half a second. Swanson gets a time penalty. 3 seconds for track limits. That might be him out the equation now. Frosty goes into the 130 with a 130.79. This could be Swanson's. That might be the championship for Jack Daniels there. Unless he can get past and put a 3-second gap on Jack Daniels, or Jack Daniels gets a penalty himself. This championship may have just been sealed. But as we see them come into the Casio triangle, we've got 7 to go, I think, the end of this one. Yeah, 7 to go. As we see Senna get a good run out of the Casio triangle. Looks to the inside. Fairly easy. As there's a Williams coming out the pit lane. There's contact! Senna! Oh! How have they both kept that? How have they both kept facing forward? I think both of them got distracted by the Williams coming out the pit lane there. Oh my god. As the Williams gets out of the way to be lapped. I believe it's Bloomer, yes it is. Katie Races now goes into the 130.1. Amazing lap time there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what have we just seen? This is going to be this would be an incredible end to this race. Like, I do not believe what I've seen. It was it was a very nice and calm first half. This has been a very, very chaotic second half, and you know what? I don't know how the rest of this championship has gone to this point, but I believe this championship finale deserves a bit of it deserves a bit of spice. You know, let's we want to see, you know, 2 championship contenders in a 3-way battle for the final win of the season. Anyway, as we get to 6 to go now, Senna's back within DRS on Jax Daniels. I just don't know how they do it. They have a mistake, and all of a sudden they're back within DRS with about 2 laps. I'm trying to keep an eye on the other battles through the up through the field. To be honest, let's have a look at this. Let's see Prezi into the pit lane. Katie Race's pitting again. We do see Lord Coleman and Frosty going as there's a yellow flag as Katie Races retires from the session in the pit lane there. Let's go. Now, there's 5.5 laps to go here. I couldn't have predicted anything that's happened to this point, let alone what's going to happen in these next 5 laps. All I can say is just buckle your seatbelts, get your popcorn, get your favourite drinks, you know, and just enjoy the ride, I guess. As we're going up to the chicane now, Senna's back on the diffuser of Jax Daniels. We might see him move into turn 1 here again. Senna has the DRS. Jax Daniels staying kind of a neutral position on the track there to try and defend. No move made. But you gotta feel like the advantage of Senna having the grip of the medium tyres. He might be, you know, this might be kind of in that range. What's the word? This might be in the window where the mediums have kind of lost its peak grip, and the hard longevity starts taking over the advantage. That might have just been a a sugar load of waffle right there. As we see them coming up to... it's very boring just naming the famous corners, so I'm just going to stop it right now. It's only when I need to, I think. There's still only a second separating this top 3. Obviously Swanson kind of out of it with this time penalty, but there's no harm in him being involved in the battle. It still kind of affects the championship in a way. I think this might be a good opportunity for Senna now, as Jax Daniels looks to the inside to defend. Oop, I just realised something. There we go. I do apologise to the drivers if they've just heard me yapping for about 2 minutes. It seems the party I was in has kind of shut itself down. Be very, very quick with that, just to not disrupt them any further. Let me get myself back to where we were. Frosty up to 13th after that very poor start. Who else we can look at right now? We see Terry in the chat saying, "Come on, Jax." Well, you know, I think Jack Daniels needs all the encouragement he can right now as he looks to get the Pro and overall championship. The DRS sign has passed Smug Git for 5th place. We've just missed that one. As they're right up to the pit wall, Senna looks to the outside. Does he have the nose in front? Yes, he does. And it's straight through for Senna. Now, I'm going to have to get my points up in a minute to see what the difference might be between Jack Daniels and Swanson now. Please don't do anything. Please don't cause any drama when I've looked away for 1 moment. Just while I get the point system up. Oh, this could end up in a draw here. This can very well end up as there's a yellow flag, sector 3. No idea what's happened there. Probably a mistake for Michael going into the pit lane, I assume. Let me get my championship standings real quick. There was only 3 points separating Swanson and Jack Daniels at the top of the championship. Let me go back to the count back real quick. Swanson, I think Swanson might claim it on the fact that he's had more wins this season. If it stays as it is. Obviously I could do with someone from the league just to confirm that for me later. As we now come out of Casio Triangle onto the penultimate lap of this race. What a race and what a season this has been so far. Obviously I've not really been here for most of it. But I might as well big it up anyway. There's a bit of a battle starting for 4th place as well. Looks like Simon currently in the position to take 4th anyway with the time penalty, but maybe he's looking to get 4th on the road as well. As I think maybe Senna's getting a bit, I don't know. Senna might be a little too far away for Jack Daniels to do anything. He might just have to hope and pray he can keep Swanson behind now. As we come up to Spoon for the penultimate time, Marski has, I assume, disconnected from the session. Hopefully they can get back in before the race is finished. As Senna tries to take away the toe from Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, I think he's just within that DRS margin, but he might be a bit far back to make any use of it. However, this will be possibly something between the two championship rivals right now, as we're on to the final lap of the 27th lap of 27. No reason to turn on at the moment. What about for 4th place? We see Simon, he's looking, he makes the dive, he's just a bit, just doesn't make the move yet. As we see, I think that's the ghosted car of Bloomer, that Smug Git was getting past there. And yeah, I think Senna is barring any mistakes. Swanson, oh what a move! Through Dunlop right there. And if it stays at this, it doesn't matter about countback. Swanson will win the championship if it stays like this. Actually no, it will, because of the time penalty. I'm being a bit of an idiot there. Well, as we come towards the final few, well, say about the final kilometre of this race, I don't know how long this section is. What a season, you know, well, I've not only been here for 2 races, but this has been an incredible league to watch and to talk on. Obviously today I've had a few slip-ups, probably because I've had to talk on my own, but anyway, as Senna comes around the final corner, claims the win, Swanson will take second on the road, moves down to third, and I believe with that will take both. I'll have to work this out now. I believe Swanson will take. Way down the grid, and I'll work all that out after. Marsky, I think, is still disconnected, but will come home in 8th. See Project Tide coming around the final corner, claiming 11th place. He's got Frosty, made the recovery up to 12th. Prezi tries to spin over the line. As we... Now mine's disconnected. I don't know what's happened there. He's somehow DNF'd after finishing. I have no idea what's happened there. Let's keep moving down the field. We've got 50 Gen, Michael, Easy Life still to cross the finish line. As you see, 50 Gen now across the line. Michael will too. And last but not least, Easy Life coming around 130 into the Castle Triangle for the final time. And there we have it. That was the Japanese Grand Prix. And let's look into the league chat right now and see if... I know you guys can't really see it yourselves, but I just want to make sure I get the right championship data here. Let me skip the podium for one moment. This is... Now let's look through this real quick. There was a 3-point gap going in. I think it goes to level points and maybe a countback. Which, if that does happen, I believe that goes to Swanson. For now I'm going to say, well, congratulations to everyone. Obviously, the top 3 in the championship being Swanson, Jax Daniels and Senna, regardless of what happened today. Quick one at the Constructors, I believe Haas had won that one. And obviously, maybe McLaren had got couple points back. I don't know. I'll need to work. Well, someone will be working out that surely. Pro drivers, I think maybe Jax Daniels will keep that one. I think Jax Daniels might win the pros. Obviously, Centra Finley won the Pro-Ams last time out in Brazil. Well, that was a fun. That was a fun one. I am absolutely. But obviously, first time commentating on my own. It's it's been a bit of a shock, but we made it work. Couple of naughty words here and there, but sometimes when you're not even thinking, I don't know, I've not really had given myself a moment to rest in that race. I didn't have a co-commentator to take over for 2 minutes while I let my voice and brain have a moment. Hopefully we might see 6 Pompano back if we do return for commentary next season. Yeah, that was a fun race. Congratulations once again to Senna, Jax Daniels and Swanson. I want to see I'm trying to have a look, see if there's any sort of championship news. I don't believe not. I don't have anything at the moment. Right. Well, I think on that note, it's going to be a very vague ending because you do not have the actual championship results for me to tell you all. But well, being an honour to commentate on this league again. Bit of a mistake when, you know, the game decided to put my since my Xbox decided to shut down the party without me knowing, and I was just spouting nonsense into the game chat for about 2 minutes. I hope I didn't ruin anyone's race with that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna... Well, the only thing I can really leave you on is, well, thank you all for watching. Hopefully, but I have no idea when next season might get going, but hopefully you might see me either on this channel or on 6 Pompano's channel if we do come back. I'm gonna stop yapping now. Because I have no idea how to do an outro. I'm just saying things and it's hoping it sounds good. Yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time in the DRS F1 league. I'm absolutely knackered, and it's time for me to have a rest. Thank you, and oh, that's the wrong thing. Thank you and good night. Have a safe one, everyone. See you all later.